Yeah, my name's Patrick Dhaene. I got into video production as a profession. I started in 2015 with IU Athletics. I spent about 8 years there, and then now I'm with the Kelley School of Business, their marketing department, and I'm a video production specialist. Yeah, so I spent 8 years with IU Athletics. I covered all 24 sports. Some of my favorite sports that I've covered, I'm a big soccer guy, so I always love covering the soccer team and their success that they've had. They always have had success, basically. So they were always fun. Of course, the basketball team was always fun. I really enjoyed all 24 sports. They all had their special thing with them. I would say my inspiration for video production started pretty much back in high school. I was always interested in the behind the scenes. So I always loved seeing like behind the scenes production of how they did special effects in movies, how they did like music videos I was really into. I always loved like the artsy side of video production. So I've always been a sports person, played sports ever since I was in kindergarten on. So soccer, basketball, golf, all my life. I was always interested in the live production, the music videos, and movies. I'm a big James Bond fan, so I think all that kind of together really made me a fan of video production. After graduating, I always thought I'd move into the live production, but I ended up not, and I'm kind of glad for that. I got a great role with IU Athletics. I always wanted to be involved with sports, and it just seemed like it was a perfect fit right after graduating college here from IU, and I just continued on with that path. Man, one of the best parts of the job was just being friends and colleagues of these student athletes. They all have their own personalities. They're definitely all special. They work hard. They work a lot harder than what people think. And so it's fun to see that kind of side of, the traveling, them going to school and just being on the road and seeing how goofy they are and messing around with each other. I think one thing that was great about filming everything was everyone really loved to be on camera. They always loved like kind of the goofs and stuff like that I would capture randomly. So I'd always send the athletes some funny videos from time to time. I would make some funny videos. I remember doing some for soccer back when we were traveling to Mexico City and just documenting all that stuff. It was so great, so great. When I'm around and filming, I was fortunate to create such an energy with the players that they always loved having me around. And so that made it really easy for me to capture some really funny moments like on the courts or traveling. And a lot of the players, they loved having me around. They just loved being on camera and capturing everything. When Bob Knight returned in 2019, I was fortunate to be in the locker room when he gave a pregame speech to the team. So that was like what is happening in life right now? That was one of the coolest things. And obviously I filmed him on the court. I was one of the only ones who were able to be on the court while he returns. It was so wild. You would look out at the crowd and you just see like people crying and just cheering his name. It was a surreal moment for me, for sure. Going back to the locker room speech, I mean, you could still see he had that fight and desire that he had when he was coaching. He was pumping up. The speech was great. It was a very surreal moment, and the players really knew that they were in something special, that something special was happening. You could just feel it. During the speech in the locker room with Bob Knight, he turned to Trace and was just commenting on his game. And he went up to him and was just like kind of grabbing his jersey. He's like, "You gotta really fight for the win tonight." And yeah, just seeing the interaction between two Hoosier greats. I mean, it's just, now looking back on it, it's just like, now that Trace is done, but it's just seeing that interaction. I mean, IU basketball is special. There's a lot of special things, and that was definitely one of them. Trace did look a little terrified. He was ready to go, though. It got him ready to go. But yeah, he was smiling. He was loving the moment. He knew that was special. I think one of the best experiences I've ever had in my 8 years with athletics was working with the men's soccer team. The coaching staff, the players, it's a family there. They know how to treat people. They're great at what they do. They continue winning, which is insane. All the records that they have broken, they're constantly in the Final Four. Just the amount of respect that I have for that program, and how they showed me respect just being around. They'd let me come to practice. They'd let me just hang out. I feel like if I had to go talk to Todd about anything, I didn't even have to do anything about soccer. I could just go and talk to him about the weather, or what's happening, what's his favorite food or whatever, and he'd sit down and listen to me. So I had a tremendous amount of respect for that program, and I still do. For someone who's looking into getting to the video production world as a career, I would say look at every opportunity as a learning moment. Even if you're not exactly where you want to be, learn every avenue as much as possible as you can. Look at it in a different framing, because you never know when that information will help benefit you. Another big part of the video production landscape is just networking. Always network. You never know who's going to help you get the next big job that you deserve. In my production path that I've taken so far, I think the best thing that's helped me is I've just worked my butt off. I've gotten other jobs from just simply being a hard worker. I worked for the Travel Channel and ended up getting some other jobs off of that just because I worked with them for a week, and I was on location, just worked my butt off, and ended up getting other jobs because of that. I had references from NFL Network, from the Travel Channel, from ESPN, ABC, all these destinations, because I simply just worked hard and did anything that they were asking of me. Never questioned anything. If you need to get coffee for the talent, get coffee and put a smile on your face and make sure you just do the things right. Everyone always starts at the bottom, but just keep working your way through the entire process, and it'll be worth it.